Now, the Industrial Development Corporation has invested heavily in green hydrogen, and with its macro strategy having been accepted by Cabinet, the next stage is regulating and kicking off those projects. Our business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo is in Cape Town at the Mining Indaba, where the IDC is unpacking what that would look like. Watch.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Let's start first by understanding the nature of the transition. Whereas for centuries now, the world's energy systems have largely been powered by coal, by gas, by oil, which are minerals or products with high carbon footprint. We know what the climate effects have been of those. And so the transition that we are talking about here is where certain specific critical minerals are now into the future going to be largely used for the world's energy systems, both power as well as liquid fuel. So the role of the IDC, one, we have worked with the government as well as the infrastructure planning unit in the presidency to lay out a detailed plan regarding decarbonization. That is the one thing, the planning processes. The second thing is that as an organization, we are a big investor in partnership with promoters of projects. So there are projects in the hydrogen economy in Sasolburg. We're working with Sasol. There is a steel project in the Western Cape where we are looking to generate green hydrogen as a feeder into the energy system. There are projects in the Northern Cape again where a lot of work goes into exploration and exploitation and extraction of hydrogen as a primary chemical molecule which will serve as a basis for instance, the production of batteries or the production of energy-driven vehicles, new energy vehicles as they are called, which instead of using liquid fuel like diesel would use hydrogen, green hydrogen as a source of driving the engine systems. So not only doing the planning, working with government to create a policy environment, but also providing funding, and in the last instance working with technology partners across the world. And it has been very interesting here at the Mining Indaba, talking to companies from all over the world really that have technologies for the processing of these minerals in order to create new molecules and chemicals that can be used for purposes of power generation. Yes.
And I think an important question as well is not forgetting the community. So what is the social impact, or how does the IDC make sure that its investments that it makes in just energy transition and green hydrogen also benefits communities and average South Africans, but also creates employment?
That's a crucial question. In fact, when everything else is said and done, I believe everything will have to boil down to that question that you just asked now. So we see two opportunities. One is the fact that there are these new minerals that I referred to, cobalt, copper, and so there is a need to expand the production base, the mining base of extracting more of these minerals to come forth. That is the one leg. The second leg really is the downstream effects of actually processing and manufacturing the various components like batteries, for instance, mineral batteries that will then go into either vehicles or stationary systems of power generation. So in that process, the real social impact opportunity is in the downstream processing and manufacturing opportunities.
TP, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Wonderful. Of course, that was TP Njonjo, who is the CEO at the IDC, talking about community and bringing the community along the just energy transition path is essential if we are to get rid of energy poverty. For Newzroom Afrika, Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Cape Town.